pretty much like halfway there and labor hasn't even started yet. Oh, baby's foot is like right in my ribs right now. We're preparing for a really fast labor. Hello everybody, it's Delilah and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is my 39-week pregnancy update. I can say with 100% honesty that I never dreamed that I would be sitting here filming a 39-week update, but here I am. You guys know, if you've been following along on this journey, you know that I have been convinced that this baby is going to be born early. I've been experiencing labor symptoms for at least a month now. In fact, I was even scared that I was going to go into early labor, like at 35 weeks. My doctor was telling me to sit down and to not move very much because we were all a little bit worried that I was going to go into labor. And let me tell you, when your first child comes 10 days early, you kind of expect the next one to be even sooner than that. As it is, I am more pregnant now than I have ever been in my life. I am 39 weeks and is it 3 days or 4 days today? 39 weeks and 4 days pregnant. My due date is coming up really quickly. My due date is on Saturday, April 27th. I'm filming this on Wednesday. You're going to be seeing this on a Friday. So by the time you see this, I'm crossing my fingers and toes and every inch of my body that I have had this baby by now. But by the way things have been going, honestly, I just don't expect to go into labor anytime soon. I'm not going to show you what the baby looks like according to the app because it looks the same as last time. But the Pregnancy Plus app says your baby is ready to cross the finish line. At this point, some of the hormones in your body will pass into your baby's body, causing the genitals to be swollen at birth. Your baby has a whopping 300 bones in that tiny body while you only have 206. This is because many of your baby's bones will fuse together after your baby is born. Babies usually weigh between 7 and 8 pounds at this stage. Crossing my fingers, my baby doesn't weigh more than 7 pounds. But some are as big as 10 pounds and even more. One of the reasons I really was hoping to have this baby early was so that I would have a small baby. And I know I still could, like, there's no way of knowing how big this baby's gonna be. Eloise was 6 pounds 4 ounces, and to me that was the perfect size because I'm a tiny person. I'm only like 5'2". I'm really petite, and so my body just, I don't think, could handle like an 8, 9, 10 pound baby. So I am really hoping that this baby doesn't weigh more than like 7 pounds. I'm actually going to start talking about my doctor's appointment, which I had yesterday, and then I'm going to go into like the symptoms and things I've been feeling and all the other fun stuff. So I haven't gained any weight in the last couple of weeks, which is really normal. In fact, with Eloise, I actually lost weight at the end, so not a big concern at all. The heartbeat this time was 132. Last week it was 140, so it kind of fluctuates around a bit, which is good. I think where I left off last time is me saying that my doctor might not be there at the baby's birth. Obviously, she has long gone on her conference or wherever she was going, and she is not here at the moment. She actually gets back on Monday, so a few days after my due date. So who knows, maybe the baby's just waiting for my doctor to get back. I don't know, but I've been able to meet the replacement doctor and I really do like her. She seems really easygoing. She's really like cheery and happy, and I think she really wants to deliver this baby too. But I've been able to discuss like my birth preferences with her, and she's totally okay with me filming. And she just seems like a really easygoing person, and she really wants me to have the birth that I want to have. According to her, she said in my appointment yesterday that the baby was measuring lower, like when she measured my belly. I'm not really sure what that means, but she definitely thinks baby is like in position and ready to go. In my 37-week appointment, I was 2 centimeters dilated. 38 weeks, I was 2 centimeters but could be stretched to 3. This week I was 3 centimeters, could be stretched to 4. So I'm like almost halfway dilated. I'm 75% effaced, so I'm pretty much like halfway there, and labor hasn't even started yet. She said my cervix is just like, it's ready to go. It knows what it's doing. It's like, it's soft, it's dilating, it's effaced, it's everything it needs to be, but my uterus just like hasn't gotten the memo yet. I haven't had any real contractions. I've had like a few maybe small ones or feeling a bit crampy here and there, but really nothing other than that. And so my uterus just like needs to get with it, and as soon as my uterus starts contracting, there's a good chance that this baby's gonna come really fast, especially since I am so far along already, and because I had a really fast labor with my first, which means that this labor is likely going to be even faster. It could be totally different, who knows? I mean, this entire pregnancy has been completely different than my first one, so I don't really know what to expect, but we're preparing for a really fast labor. At this last appointment, I got a membrane sweep done, which was my first ever membrane sweep. Everything from here on out is kind of new to me. Like, I've never gotten a membrane sweep done. I've never talked about induction before. Like, these are all new topics to me. Wasn't really sure what to expect from a sweep, but it wasn't painful at all. It like was hardly even uncomfortable. I was surprised that she was actually done so quickly, and nothing happened. Nothing happened. I was really crossing my fingers that something would happen because of that, but it did not. Felt a little bit different since then. Like, the lightning crotch has been really bad in the past like 24 hours. I've just felt more discomfort, like baby is just a bit more low, but other than that I haven't really felt any significant changes, just sitting around and waiting. I was going to ask about induction at this last appointment, but I actually forgot to, and I kind of wanted to talk about induction with my actual real doctor. I'm booked in next Tuesday for my next prenatal appointment if I go that far, and my doctor should be back by then, so I'm hoping to discuss induction methods with her. I'm not really sure what my doctor does with inductions, like if she wants to do them more early or she likes to do them later, if she's like more for the natural birth, or what the case is. It's something I've never discussed with my doctor before. I am really hoping to go into this labor naturally, but if it just comes down to it, I'm gonna do, you know, whatever's best for me and for baby. I guess we'll see what happens when the time comes. As for how I'm feeling mentally, I'm feeling a lot better now than I was a week ago. If you guys have been watching my vlogs, you know that a couple vlogs ago I was an emotional wreck. I was a complete mess. I was so anxious and stressed and frustrated and just like upset that nothing was happening, and there were quite a few times where I would just like completely break down and just cry in frustration. I've come to a point now where I'm just kind of going with the flow. I'm a lot more relaxed about everything, and I'm completely at peace with God's timing. I know that this baby's gonna come exactly at the right time. Everything will happen in time. I just don't know when that's gonna happen, and it's really hard to wait. But I'm a lot more relaxed and at peace, and I'm getting better sleep at night now that I'm not thinking about it so much. I'm actually kind of at a point where I feel like I'm just never going to go into labor. I kind of feel like I'm not actually pregnant, and I'm not actually going to go into labor, and I'm just going to feel this way for the rest of my life. That's kind of how it feels right now. But at the same time, I feel like I'm a ticking time bomb and I'm going to explode any minute. Kind of a lot of mixed emotions and feelings. It's definitely been an interesting journey so far. Yeah, I'm in a better state right now. Anyways, that's what I was gonna say. Baby's movements have gotten a lot more slow and not quite as aggressive as they used to be. You guys know that this baby has been so active this entire pregnancy, but now it's more so just like really slow movements. Mostly I just like look down at my stomach and it looks really distorted and funny because baby's sticking its bum out or its foot out or whatever. The more painful movements have definitely decreased, and it's just a lot more like slow movements because there's just not as much room in there anymore. I'm still really swollen and really sore down there, and it just continues to get worse as the baby grows and there's more pressure and more weight. That's one thing I'm really looking forward to after the baby comes, is to just be able to like sit on the toilet and not be in pain. You know, a little warning, like the rest of these symptoms are going to be, I mean, I'm talking about the end of pregnancy and birth being near, so they're going to be a little TMI. Like I said before, the lightning crotch has kind of been insane in the last couple, or like last 24 hours especially, but especially in the last few weeks as well. Every step I take, I feel a little sharp shooting pain, and ever since the sweep yesterday, it's like it happens all the time now, even when I'm not walking, which is really uncomfortable, and it especially gets worse towards the end of the day. I've still been craving cold drinks and fruity things and anything sweet. Sweets have definitely been a big craving of mine. I actually lost my mucus plug, like I'm 99% sure I lost my mucus plug last Saturday, which by the time you see this will be almost 2 weeks ago. And according to the research I've done, they say that you will go into labor like within a few weeks, a week or two after losing the mucus plug. Chances are that's not going to be true for me, but it's out, so it's just one step closer to going into labor. It's one less thing that needs to happen. Even though I did lose the mucus plug, I haven't had like any bloody shows since then. It's just been a lot of discharge. One thing that is very new to me is Braxton Hicks contractions. I've never had Braxton Hicks contractions throughout my entire pregnancy with Eloise, never experienced a single one of them. And only, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, I started feeling them for the first time ever. They're not painful at all, but it's just like a tightening of the stomach. It lasts for like a minute or two and then it goes away. I honestly probably wouldn't even really notice it if baby wasn't so low, but because baby's so low, whenever my uterus like contracts around the baby and tightens, it pushes the baby down and gives me even more lightening crotch than I usually have. So it's, in that way, it's kind of painful, but there's no like cramping or contraction pain. I especially notice this when I pump. So I've been trying a whole bunch of different like natural induction methods. One of the things that you guys have mentioned to me and said I should try is nipple stimulation. So I broke out the breast pump and I've been trying to pump like twice a day for like 5 minutes on each side just to get something going. And every single time I do it, I get regular Braxton Hicks for like 10 minutes afterwards, and it just doesn't amount to anything more than that. So I know that it's doing something, like it's telling my uterus to contract a little bit, but it's not actually kickstarting labor, which is a little bit frustrating. But at the same time, I am getting a good supply of colostrum stored away in the freezer, which is going to come in really handy, especially if baby ever gets sick. Colostrum is just like superfood for babies. I am still getting morning sickness every once in a while. I'll get nauseous on occasion. Sometimes it's for the entire evening or throughout the night, especially with my digestive system being pretty squished right now. There's not a whole lot of room for anything. It just causes more issues and me feeling more sick. It's been causing some heartburn, which has been extremely uncomfortable. There's actually been a couple times where the heartburn has been so bad I feel like I need to throw up. That obviously is not very fun. I've had morning sickness throughout this entire pregnancy pretty much, and that is one of the things that I am most excited about for this baby to come, is to not feel sick or worry that I'm going to feel sick or feel like I need to be constantly eating so that I don't get sick. Lastly, there's just been like a lot of different aches and pains that I've been dealing with. I've been feeling lots of like pelvic pain, especially at night when I'm trying to like turn over in my sleep. Ow, baby's foot is like right in my ribs right now. So it's really, really hard to get comfortable at night. And baby usually likes to kick me a lot in the ribs at night as well, which makes it even more uncomfortable. There's just a lot of like aches and pains that come the end of pregnancy, and I'm really ready for it to be done because I've been experiencing them for so long now. I honestly don't know how my body has not gone into labor yet, but it hasn't. I feel like that's pretty much it for this pregnancy update, so I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna do a belly shot, crossing my fingers that it is the last one. It better be the last one. I better not go to 41 weeks because that would suck. This has been my go-to outfit lately. It's just like all black, maternity leggings, maternity shirt. It's the comfiest thing for me to wear right now. But this is my belly at 39 weeks, almost 40 weeks. Still no stretch marks that I can see. And the baby is really low, like my belly has dropped so much. That's everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you are not following me on Instagram yet, you should. The link will be down below for where you can find me, or you can just type in Lepke's Life on Instagram and I should pop up. That's where I'm going to be announcing the birth first. I've been giving lots of really regular updates, or at least trying to give regular updates over there. You guys are just as on edge as I am. Like, I feel like some of you want this baby to come even more than I do. Every time I don't post on there for like 2 hours, I get a bunch of messages from you guys asking if baby has come yet. But if you want to keep up more with this pregnancy and know exactly what's going on, go follow me over there. And with that, I'm going to end this video. Hopefully in the next one, I will have a baby in my arms. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.